also make it at the front or at the back. So, i 跟 ü 是前面的 ，u 是后面的 ，r is up there, right? Ah is down there. All right, you can find out all about this. Yeah. Okay. You can find out all about these sounds if you do a little bit of research. You can find it all online in dictionaries. The important thing is you need to understand how the sounds are different. Now, this is what matters. It doesn't matter if you sound American or British or Canadian. What matters is that all of these sounds are different. So, if you say O and Ode, it's actually harder to hear the difference. Make them more different. O. It's easier to hear the difference, right? I, I, a, How are those different? A. Right? But to do this, you can't talk like this. If you keep your mouth shut, you know, some people like to talk like this, and your and your it all sounds the same because there's no room in your mouth. The difference between here and here is not very big. So open your mouth. You can all hear the difference. So those things are easy to do. If you want to make your pronunciation better in English or in Japanese or anything, start here and pay attention to the sounds. Ah. This is not this is ah. So open your mouth. A. Who's good? A, right? Make them different. And practice it in Chinese. And then when you use English, it's not so hard. Because you can already say the sounds. 你都了解我的意思吗？我讲太快吗？ Is it too boring? Alright, so, let's read these out together. Try to pay attention to where the sound is. Alright? Bad. 一起念 大声 bad. A, right? Two sounds. A, E. 再一次 A. Much better. That's better, right? If you go back and forth, then you can hear for yourself. Bad. Young, right? So then you can practice on your own. You don't need me to make you practice, right? I can help you practice right, but then the practice you can do. You just listen. 再一次，一起念，大声。That's better. Right? We have two letters to remind us we need two sounds, right? Most English spelling follows this pattern. A short vowel, there will only be one letter, one vowel. For a long vowel, there will usually be two. Not every time, all right? But this is a good pattern to follow. You guys know that word pattern? 这个有听过吗? Pattern? No? Okay, well, you all have pretty patterny shirts today, so I can make this example. I'll borrow you if you want, because your shirt is perfect. Can you stand up? Okay, so, can everybody see her shirt? All right, what colors do we have here? Okay, so we have what? White and gray, and there's stripes going this way, right? What's on the back of her shirt? The same. Probably. Idéngsviande? We think. We don't know. We can't see it. Right? Okay, well, it's hanging down, so I can see it. But, you know, if you can't see it, if you don't know, then you have to guess. But you don't just close your eyes and say, it's blue. Right? You don't guess for no reason. You look at what you can see, and then you guess, it's the same shirt, probably it's the same pattern, okay? You won't always be right, but you'll be right more than wrong. And that's the start. That's how we start learning, okay? These are blue. Wow. It's still, after 20 years, thank you. After 20 years, it still freaks me out when Chinese students have blue eyes. Sorry. It's very pretty, it's just, you know, it doesn't fit. Yeah. It's like when Chinese girls have blonde hair. It's like, there's one. So, sorry. So, 你们了解吗? Alright, it's a fairly reliable pattern. There are other places where if you remember this pattern, it will help your spelling. Like, how about this? You have this word pat. You know, like when you pat a dog, right? Okay. In English, we can do a lot of things to our words. We can add letters, right? We add to the meaning. But when we do this, we can't change this sound. This sound has to stay the same. So, yesterday I patted a dog. 错，为什么有错? How do I spell patted? Yeah, 我去学对. So, today I pat a dog, yesterday I patted a dog. What about the A? I mean this, two A's. Okay, so now we have a problem. So this spells pated, right? So what do? How do I spell patted? The answer's already on the board. There's a word in red. Add another T. Because when you have the same sound repeated, we don't say pat, right? We can't do that. This is pat, this is pat. The sound doesn't change. So that's why when we add ed or ing or er, something else, that's why we have for some words a second consonant, right? But do we always do this? When don't we do this? Like if you keep falling asleep in class or playing with your phone, then the teacher will beat you, right? You will get a beating. How do you spell beating? If patting, you need another T. Beating, 需要第二个 T 吗? 为什么? that is the worst thing a teacher can say. Whenever a teacher says, 因为老师说的, you can leave the classroom because that teacher is a bad teacher. It's just a bad answer. 为什么? Tell me, are these two words any different in sound? Read this one. Read this one. Beating, same sound, right? So we don't need the extra T. But these two have different sound, right? So all of our really hard rules about spelling, 英文的拼法那么难，因为有时候要加 T， 有时候不可以加 T， 太难了 right? It's not hard, but you need to understand it, not memorize. There's always a reason why. Okay? 你们都了解吗？都了解吗？ Right. Well, there are a few other issues with pronunciation we could get into. We have time. Do you have any questions about the vowels? 有没有问题？ Oh, you, okay. We can add that, sure. The problem with you, I usually don't add it to this list, just because these are all words. This is a word, but this is not a word. So I used to have all 10, but for practice, if you can practice these 8, then it will make your pronunciation better. Okay, but the U is still a good question. So the problem we have is that for the name of the letter, we have a different sound from the long vowel. 它的长的音是跟它一样的。Ooh. If you just have the long oo sound, it's 2 oos, right? But the name is U. So we still have 2 sounds, but we have the Y sound here first. Okay? Now, there's another question that you can ask